It's been 15 months. This has been a regular news story at the top of the news for 15 months, and with a potential ceasefire just hours away, whether or not it goes through, so close to the potential end, Sky News is still doing its absolute best to skew the entire discussion with blatant propaganda.
Ceasefire should be between Israel and Hamas. In the first stage of the potential ceasefire, 33 hostages would be set free. These include women, including a female soldier, children, men over the age of 50, wounded and sick. In return for the release of the hostages, Israel would free more than 1,000 Palestinian prisoners and detainees. People serving long sentences for deadly attacks would be included in this, but Hamas fighters who took part in the 7th of October attack would not be released.
So on the Israeli side, we're talking about hostages, whereas on the Palestinian side, we're talking about prisoners and detainees. But who are these prisoners and detainees? Because our news channels still aren't asking the questions, why does Israel have so many supposed prisoners available to swap? Because of the 7,000 people that Israel is holding captive, the majority of them have never been convicted of a crime, and 2,000 of them have never even been charged. This is illegal, arbitrary detention, a crime under international law. And it includes children, human rights defenders, and political activists. But listen to the types of people that Kay Burley describes from within both of those two groups.
These include women, including a female soldier, children, men over the age of 50, wounded and sick, 1,000 Palestinian prisoners and detainees. People serving long sentences for deadly attacks would be included in this.
So within the Israeli side, she's specifically pointing out the women and children and the old, so the most sympathetic from among that group. But on the Palestinian side, she's only mentioning those who've committed violent attacks, so the least sympathetic among the group. And bear in mind, this article from Human Rights Watch is from early last year, so the 2,000 hostages that Israel is holding, they had them before October 7th. But the narrative that Sky News is pushing is that Hamas started this whole thing by taking hostages, and that Israel is having to release terrorists in order to get those innocent hostages back. And let me be 100% clear on this, both Hamas and the Israeli government belong in jail. That's why the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants for the lot of them. But to pretend that the Israeli government are the good guys, just making a deal with the bad guys in order to save innocent lives, when the International Court of Justice has declared that the background to all of this, Israel's occupation of Palestine, i.e. Gaza and the West Bank, was illegal to begin with, the propaganda is bordering on parody.